Hi everyone, welcome to live stream Yoga with Louise, tips and cues to keep you safe and strong on the mat. For today's Pilates conditioning class, we're going to be pumping up the heart rate a little bit. We'll be using an HITT circuit for our dynamic warm-up. For the circuit, we'll be running through it 3 times. On the warm-up circuit, we will be running through the first round at pace so that you can familiarize yourself with the sequence. For rounds 2 and 3, we're going to try and cycle through with no rest. At any time, take a time out in child and take a breather if you need it. When we come to the primary sequence, which is also a circuit that we're going to repeat 3 times, we'll be adding a couple of more repetitions, so longer rest cycle, focusing more on form as we play. And each time we come back to the circuit, we're going to tweak the exercises slightly. So you have the option to either repeat what you did in the first round or play with the progressions. So stay or play. You ready to begin? Let's start. I want you to position yourself towards the back end of your mat so that you've got room to play in front. Find a parallel stack of your feet underneath your hips. Tuck your tailbone under, pull your belly button in, and start with the arms soft at your side. We're going to roll it down from parallel just to mobilize through the spine. Take a big inhale in to prepare. On the exhale, nod your chin to your chest and start rolling down, giving me a nice hollow belly as if you were stretching up and over a big ball. Take it down as far as you can. Keep the knees nice and soft. Peel back up using that same hollow frame to find your way back to your start line. Rinse and repeat for a couple of rounds. Exhaling as you come down, belly to spine, nice hollow frame as you roll it down. Articulate down one vertebra at a time and use that nice hollow frame and that careful articulation through the spine to draw yourself back to your start position. Use your breath, full exhalation to come down. Take a recovery inhalation at the bottom and full exhale to draw back up. Zippering up all the way from your ankle bone along the inner thighs, pulling up from the pubis towards your sternum to come back up. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll walk it out on the last one into a plank line. But before we do that, we'll just release the shoulders. On your next journey down, you're going to stop for me at about waist height in a tabletop frame, dangling your arms down towards the floor. You're going to trace 2 circular patterns with the arms on the floor, just relaxing and releasing into the shoulders. Make sure that you're driving the movement from the shoulder girdle. Change the direction of your circular trace. Come to stillness along the midline, bend the knees, and I'd like you to walk yourself out into a plank line. You can drop to the knees or push back in child at any time if you feel that you need a breather. From your plank line, we're going to play dynamically between a plank and a down dog. Exhale for the down dog, inhale for the plank. One more, end in a down dog frame and cross your alternate knee over the midline of the body. Give me 2 more. End in a down dog frame. Jump wide, jump back, jump up, jump back. Jump wide, middle, up, back. Wide, middle, up, back. Wide, middle, up, back. Last one, and we're going to change it up. As you complete the last one, drop to the knees and give me an elbow plank on the mat. Elbows stacking underneath the armpits. Step it back and give me a nice solid plank. Feet are just inside of hip width distance apart. Dip towards the right hip bone. Come back. Dip towards the left hip bone. You're going to rinse and repeat. Keep your core nice and strong as you're alternating side to side. Give me one more dip, then we'll change it up. Come back towards the midline of the body and bring the weight forward into the toes, back into the heels. Forward into the toes, back into the heels. Try to keep your body line as parallel to the floor as you can. Give me one more sway. Then find a dolphin frame on the mat by walking your feet a little bit closer towards your nose and piking your bum up towards the ceiling. You're going to cross over the midline of the body with the alternate knee, keeping your dolphin frame. Give me two more. Drop to the knees. Kick it back in child. Push into both hands. Sink the weight of your bum bones back towards your heels. Then wrap the arms around the body. Back of the hands connected to the mat. Shrug and release into the shoulders. Both directions. That's our warm-up circle. We're going to do it 2 more times, cycling through, no rest. Find your plank line on the mat. Down dog, plank. Down dog, plank. Down dog, plank. Give me 2 more. Then we're going to do those knee crossovers. From your down dog position, think of just bringing the knee across the midline of the body. Give me 4, 3, 2. We're going to jump wide, middle, up, back, wide, middle, up, back, wide, middle, up, back, wide, middle, up, back. Drop to the knees. Find your elbow plank on the mat. Step back into your plank line. Dip to the right hip bone. Come back. Dip to the left hip bone. Right, left, right, left. Brace your core, brace your thighs. One more. As you complete the last one, sway into the toes and back, giving me a forestroke and a backstroke, zippering up on your inner thighs and your core as you rock back and forth. Give me one more sway. Find your way into dolphin. Creep your feet closer. Cross over the midline of the body with your knee, keeping your belly button firmly pulled in. Don't collapse through the shoulders. Last 2. Drop to the knees. Take a time out in child or come straight into plank. Down dog, 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 plank. 2 more. We're going to cross over with the knees. Give me 4, 3, 2. We're going to jump it out. Get ready. Jump wide, middle, up, back. Wide, middle, up, back. Wide, middle, up, back. Last one. We're going to find our way to dolphin. Drop to 4-point kneeling. Bring it down onto the elbows. Step back to your plank. Dip right. Dip left. Dip right. Left. Strong through the core. Strong through the shoulders. One more set. Sway forwards. Sway back. Forwards and back. Playing with your foot line, zippering up and zippering back. 2 more, and then we'll dolphin out for the last time. Cross over the midline of the body with the knee. Strong through the elbows and the shoulders. Last one, drop to the knees. Find an extended child pose, pushing into both hands and sinking the weight of your bum bones back. Close your eyes, take your focus in, take a nice little breather. Then wrap the arms around the body, back of the hands connected to the mat. Shrug your shoulders at least 3 times forward. And then circle 3 times backwards. Coming into our primary circuit, we're going to add a couple of repetitions on. Give me a plank and hold for 10. Step it back. Give me a nice solid plank Make sure that your body line is parallel to the floor, so try not to pike your bum up. Brace your core, brace the tops and the back of your thighs, and don't collapse through the shoulders. Nice and strong. Give me 2, 1. You're going to down dog it and hover your knees off the floor. Down dog, coming into a hovering tabletop line with your knees. So lots of inner thigh connection and a strong pull up from your pubic bone towards your waistline to give me a nice hovering knee position off the mat. 2 more. We're going to chaturanga down with control, either dropping to 4-point kneeling and executing from your kneel, or coming into a full plank position. Come down with control. Bend the elbows, hug them in towards your rib cage. See if you can hover just off the mat for a second. Release to your belly. Relax the legs in parallel. Bend the elbows, stacking one palm in front on top of the other, and rest your forehead on the back of your hands. Give me a single leg lift up and down on the left. No tension in the leg. The leg is soft from the knee down. You're squeezing the glute and relaxing the glute to drive the leg movement. Change sides. Try not to put your chin on the back of your hands. Make sure you've got the forehead connected to the back of your hands so that your neckline stays in neutral. Give me 2 more on this side. Then we're going to come into a cobra line. Swim the arms alongside the body, keeping the elbows tucked in, your palm line just in front of your shoulder line. Relax your forehead to the mat, tilt your pelvis to 12 o'clock. Pretend you've got a little marble underneath your nose. Roll the marble away from you to the front of the mat. Start articulating up 1 rib, 1 vertebra at a time, and stop just before your bottom rib disconnects. Push down. Grow through your neckline. So push through the palms and the elbows and hold your baby cobra line. Keep lengthening through your neckline. Don't collapse. Think of trying to grow through your collar and the shoulder. Somebody's tugging on your crown towards the ceiling. Roll back down with control through the ribs and the spine as you reconnect. As soon as your forehead reconnects to the mat, scoot yourself all the way over to the the left edge of the mat, and give me a soft extended line. Palms down on the mat, legs in parallel, arms in parallel. Big breath in, find that marble underneath your nose, roll it away, peel up. Bottom ribs heavy into the mat, give me a Superman line, or rotate your palms in and give me more of a bow shape through the back, looking between your 2 palms to the wall at the other end as you find an extended locust line. We're going to flip over and find our way into a hollow hold. Bend the left elbow and place the fingertips on the floor next to you. Push into the fingertips and roll over onto your back, giving me a nice hollow hold and holding for about 10 counts. Your lower back is scooped and imprinted. Weight just off the shoulders. 2 fingers of air between the chin and the chest. Hold. Relax back to the mat. Bend the knees, connect the soles of the feet, and find your way back to the middle of the mat. Interlace the hands behind your head. Give me a nice wide elbow. Begin in neutral spine. We're going to work a little lower abdominal crunch. On the exhale, scoop, round out, look down towards your belly button. Inhale to float back down. Scoop to peel up and hold. Inhale to float back down. As you scoop, make sure that you're rounding out and releasing your lower back. Weight just off the shoulders. 2 fingers of air between the chin and the chest. Elbows nice and wide, so you're not hugging the elbows in towards the midline and yanking on your head. You're supporting the weight of your head. Give me 2 more. Then we're going to roll it up and down from parallel. So as you complete your last one, extend the legs softly in parallel on the mat. Float your arms overhead in parallel. Nod your chin to your chest. Roll up. If you're feeling the lower back, take your padding, place it underneath your back, and give me 9 more roll downs with control. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, use your whole exhalation to come down. Inhale, pause. Exhale to push into your feet and give me a soft forward fold. Inhale to peel up. Exhale to peel all the way down to the mat. Inhale, stop at about 45. Exhale to lengthen through the fingertips, brace into the heels, and forward fold. Inhale to peel up. Exhale to roll down. Inhale, stop at 45. Exhale, brace into your heels, lengthen through the fingertips. Give me a soft forward fold. Let's do 2 more. And then we'll take a little breather before we run through the circuit one more time. Last one. As you peel up on your last one, gently hug the knees in towards your chest. Tip the weight just off your tailbone and round out your spine, taking a little time out with a rounded, almost rugby ball shape to your back. We're going to come into round 2 of our circuit and we're going to tweak it just slightly. Give me a flip over on the mat. Find your way to a 4-point kneeling frame on the mat, hands at least shoulder width apart. You're going to give me a little dip in the elbow as you work a modified wide push-up. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to change it up. Tuck your toes under and find a down dog frame on the mat. Find your frame first. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width distance apart. Soften through the knees. Step up your right leg, stacking underneath your hip. Step up the left and give me a forward fold. If connecting to the mat is not an option, just hang from the waist. Soften your knees, connect to the mat, step your right leg back, step your left leg back, found your down dog. Soften through the knees, step up left, stacking underneath the hip, step up right. Give me a forward fold, playing where you're at. Soften through the knees, step back left, step back right, push into your down dog. Soften through the knees, step up right, stack under your hip, step up left. Forward fold and hold. Soften through the knees, step back right, step back left, push into your down dog. Use it as an active stretch. Soften through the knees, step up left, stack under your hip, step up right. Forward fold and hold. Belly button firmly pulled in. Soften through the knees, step back left, step back right, hold your down dog. Soften through the knees, step up right, stack underneath your hip, and then left, forward fold to hold. Belly button firmly pulled in. Soften the knees, step back right, step back left, hold your down dog. Last one. Soften through the knees, step up left, step up right, forward fold and hold. Soften through the knees, step back left, step back right, push, hold. Find your way into a plank line. We're going to chaturanga down using knees or no knees to challenge, lift, hold, and float your left leg off the mat on your whole journey down. Bend your elbows, hug them in towards the midline. See if you can hold your one-legged chaturanga, ekapada chaturanga. Release to the belly. Bend the elbows, bring them wide, stack one palm on top of the other. Relax your legs in parallel and nod your chin to your forehead to the back of your hands. We're going to double up, squeeze both glutes together to lift and float the legs up, soften to come back down. Squeeze to float up, soften to come back down. Keep gently rinsing and repeating Make sure you've got your forehead connected to the back of your hands so that your neckline is in neutral, and don't kick up too high. Think length through the legs. Try and touch the wall at the opposite end of the room with the very tips of your toes, giving me a beautiful long line from your hip to the toe. Last one. We're going to come into a full cobra extension from here. As you complete the last one, swim the arms alongside the body, elbows tucked in, palms just in front of your wrist line, forehead connected to the mat. Stay in baby or come into full extension depending on how your back is feeling. Find that marble underneath your nose, begin rolling through your cobra line, stopping just before the bottom rib disengages, or keep pushing into the palms and come into full extension. Try not to chicken wing out. Keep the elbows tucked in. Weight is just off your hip bones, but the top of your thighs are still connected to the mat. Try not to collapse your frame. So strong push down through the collarbones and the shoulders and grow through your spinal column. Lengthen from your tailbone all the way to the nape of your neck and drop the shoulder blades down towards your waistline. Hold your cobra. Come down with control, rolling down one vertebra, one rib at a time. As soon as you've reconnected to the mat, scooch all the way to the left side of your mat and come into a soft extended line. Big breath in, roll the marble away, give me a soft Superman line, palms facing in, or come up even more and give me a beautiful locust line, more of a bow shape through the back and peek through the two hands. Hold. We're going to change the shape of the back and come into a hollow hold. Softly peel back down to the mat. As soon as you're back in a parallel line, bend the left elbow, place the fingertips on the floor, push into the fingertips, and roll over onto your back, giving me a nice hollow hold. Lower back scooped and imprinted, 2 fingers of air between the chin and the chest. Lengthen through your fingertips and your toes and fuse your belly button to your spine. Softly peel back down to the mat. Find your way back to the middle of your mat. If you're slightly off center, bend your knees, connect the soles of the feet to the mat, and extend your arms, stacking the left arm on top of the right. We're going to repeat that little crunch line. Start in a neutral spine position. Big breath in. On the exhale, scoop, round out, feeding your hands through the thighs. Inhale to float back down. Exhale to peel up and pause. Inhale to come back down. Change the stack of your hands, right arm on top. Make sure that as you scoop, you round out your spine. Nod your chin softly down, looking towards your pubis as you're coming up, but keeping about 2 fingers of air between your chin and your chest. Give me one more like this, then we'll change up our roll up. Drop the arms at your sides and extend the legs. Either rinsing and repeating the roll up we played with in round 1, or to mix it up, bend the knees, connect the soles of the feet to the mat, and float your hands overhead. Extend the right leg up to 90, bracing into the heels softly, and draw your hands up, scoop to imprint. You're going to peel up, coming into a one-legged roll-up, rolling up and down with control through the spine, using your padding underneath the spine if you need it. Use your breath to come up. Inhale to peel back down. Bracing into your heels. Give me one more like this. You're going to change legs as you come down. Bend the right leg, connect the sole of the foot. Find your position on the left. Frame your head as you peel up. Strong inner thigh and lower ab. One more, just to bring yourself up. Bend the knees, tip the weight off your tailbone, round out your spine, take a little time out. One more circuit. Last time, let's change it up and let's have some fun. Give me a pivot. Find your plank line on the mat, either holding your plank or coming to full point kneel. Keep your arms nice and wide on this one, so about mat width distance apart or a little bit wider than your shoulders. We're going to play it up slightly, either just repeating the little sideways bend through the elbows or bending, pushing up and clapping your hands or tapping your hands together. As you come back down to the mat, make sure that you're not jarring your arms and making your arms static. I want you to soften through the elbows and almost absorb the pressure of the floor through your fingertips, your palms, and then bend the elbows so there's no jarring action in your core. Give me two more. Last one. Find a down dog frame, either rinsing and repeating your step up or coming onto your fingertips. Soften through the knees, hop up, stacking underneath your hips, and give me a soft forward fold. Fingertips still connected, but bend through the elbows and see if you can bring your forehead closer. Bend through the knees, hop back, hold your down dog. Bend through the knees, hop up, straighten up the legs, forward fold, nice drop down through the crown. Bend your elbows, soften through the knees, hop back, down dog. Soften through the knees, hop up, forward fold. Soften through the knees, hop back, down dog. Soften through the knees, hop up. I want no banging or clanging on the mat as you hop. Soft through the knees, no elephants. Give me a soft connect through your toes, absorb the pressure through the toes. Hop it up, landing softly on the balls of your feet. Let's do one last one. From your down dog, soften through the knees, hop up. Forward fold with a soft bend. Hop back. Find your way back into a plank line, chaturangering down. This time, see if you can float and hover the right leg just off the floor. Bend through the elbows, bring it down with control. As you release to the mat, bend the elbows, stacking one palm on top of the other. Relax your forehead to the mat. Give me a slight turnout position on your legs. Squeeze the glutes to lift, hold, and float your turnout position. Softly tap the two heels together in a soft fluttering motion. You're going to feel a lot of work through the glutes. Keep the back of your head connected, keep your forehead connected to the back of your hands. Same movement, but brace and kick into the heels. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Float back down to the mat softly in parallel. We're going to take it into a swan line from here. Bend the elbows, place your hands on the mat. This time, draw your palms down so that you're situated towards the bottom end of your rib cage. Keep your elbows tucked in, forehead connected to the mat. Find a little marble underneath the nose, roll the marble away, and stop with your bottom three ribs heavy into the mat. Pause. Elbows stay tucked in the whole time. Disconnect the bottom three ribs and rest on your belly button. Hold. Disconnect the belly button, resting on the two hip bones. Disconnect the hip bones, resting on your pubic bone. Let the pubic bone off, resting on the top of your thighs. Bring the top of your thighs off, resting on your knees. Hold. Heel of your hands stacking underneath the arms. Try not to collapse your frame. Push down through the heel of your hand and grow through your spine. Think of a beautiful, graceful swan line through the whole spinal column. We're coming down with control. Small bend in the elbows. Connect the top of your thighs. Pause. Connect your pubic bone. Pause. Connect your two hip bones. Pause. Connect your belly button. pause. Connect the bottom 3 ribs, pause. The rest of your rib cage follows with control. As soon as you've reconnected, scoot all the way over to the left side of your mat. Come into extension. Big breath in, find that marble underneath your nose, roll up, lifting your arms and your legs off the mat, giving me a baby Superman, or giving me more of a bow shape through the back. Extend through the fingertips and toes, hold your line. Peel that back down to the mat. As soon as you've reconnected, bend the left hand, place the fingertips on the floor beside you, roll over onto your back, giving me a hollow hold and hold it. Imprint your lower spine, 2 fingers of air between the chin and the chest. Keep lengthening and holding. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, float back down with control and find your way to the middle of the mat. We're going to play with those abdominal crunches, but this time we're going to work lower abs. Interlace the hands as you did in round 1 and give me a nice wide elbow. This time as you scoop and round out, look up towards the ceiling before floating back down. So by changing the tilt of your head, by looking up towards your belly button, instead of nodding the chin down towards your chest, you should now be feeling the area north of your belly button working. See if you can give me 2 more, then we will play up that roller, either coming into full extension and rinsing and repeating what you did in round 1, or bending the knees, connecting the soles of the feet. Extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Scoop, find your position just off the mat. Execute from here, or extend your left leg and see if you can give me a full extended single leg roll up. Bracing into the heels on both sides as you roll up. A lot of connection through your inner thighs and your lower abs. So zipper up all the way to your breast line to come up. We're going to change legs. Come back to the mat. Keep your right leg extended, left leg floats up to the ceiling. Brace into the heels on both legs and really zipper up on those inner thighs and your lower abs to bring yourself up and down with control. Last one. End up high, bend the knees, tip the weight just off your tailbone, round out into a nice rounded frame, and just take a little time out. From here, you're going to give me a pivot to face towards me and come to a butterfly line on your mat. Holding onto your toes, just give me a soft flutter through the knees to relax and open up through the groin area. We're going to open up into a wide-legged seated straddle, Upavista Konasana, and we're going to work a little stretch series, holding a little bit longer. Open up the legs as wide as you can. Check that you're not stuck behind your tailbone. If you're struggling to tilt your pelvis down to the 6 o'clock position, take a block, position your bum on the knife edge portion of the block so that you're tilting your pelvis down towards the mat. Take a big breath in. Float your hands overhead, and on the exhale, drop your fingertips, palms and elbows, preferably bending the elbows wide, stacking one palm on top of the other, and relaxing your forehead to the back of your hands. If the floor is not happening for you today, if it's a no-go, use your block. Use your block in any dimension. Lean into the block, stack your forearms, and find your lean-in position. Close your eyes, take your focus in, give me a nice brace into both heels, and make sure that you're really feeling that stretch from the inside of your knees all the way in to the groin area. Play where you're comfortable. You're going to give me at least another 20 seconds here. Take your focus in. Use your exhalation to relax and release into the stretch. Every time you exhale, soften absolutely every single muscle in your body. Don't fight the stretch. Don't tense up the body. Relax and soften. Gently peel up along the midline of the body. Take a big breath in and pivot right to face your right foot. Give me a big breath in as you hinge forward. Either just softly drop your fingertips either side of the leg or drop them to the elbows as you nod chin, knee and forehead together. Or you can use the block. Just place it on the inside of your right leg and gently stack. Find your stack. One forearm on top of the other and gently lean into the block. Position the block so that it's comfortable for you. Find the angle that's working for you. Otherwise, just dropping both elbows to the floor as best you can and nodding your forehead as close to the knee as your body will allow for today. Try to soften, relax, and release on the forward fold. Give me a soft brace into your feet and keep your belly button firmly pulled in. Give me 5 more breaths here. Then we'll come to the middle before repeating on the left. Gently peel up along the midline of the body. Exhale, find your forward fold using block or no block, or elbows nice and wide. Stack on the forearms and just give me a nice release down. Breathe into the stretch. Brace into your heels. Think of melting your torso and your chest into the mat. Gently peel up along the midline of the body. Big breath in. Give me a pivot left. Either just placing your fingertips and giving me a soft bend in the elbow or reaching for your block. Find the position on the inside of your left leg. Stack your forearms and come into position. If you have the range of motion, try and drop fingertips or elbows to the floor as you come into your forward fold. Close your eyes, take your focus in, and give me beautiful, relaxed, lengthened stretch on the diagonal. Belly button firmly pulled in the whole time. See if you can give me 6 more breaths here. Then we'll change it up the next time we come to the middle. Peel up along the midline of the body. Take a big breath in. This time, float the hands behind you in parallel, palms looking in. Big breath in. As you come down, think chest and chin to floor if you can, and hold the stretch there. If the floor is not your friend today, just stop at about 45. Keep lengthening the fingertips behind your back, palms looking in, and try to touch the wall behind you. Play where you're comfortable. Keep bracing into the heels. Think of that inner thigh stretch and keep your belly button firmly pulled in, whether you're playing it half-mast or whether you've been able to connect your torso and your chin to the floor. Try not to give me nose on the floor or you're going to bruise your chin. Think chest and chin to the floor if you're in the full expression. Hold. Let's see if you can give me 5 more breaths here. Gently peel up along the midline of the body. Big breath in. You're going to think saw. You're going to rotate 180, bringing the left arm over the right fingertips and hovering the right arm behind. Keep looking over that back arm as if you were trying to get a peek at somebody behind you, and try to drop your chest and your torso as close to the right thigh as you can. Keep lengthening through both sets of fingertips. Somebody is pulling the front hand and the back hand. Keep peeking over the back arm. Keep your belly button firmly pulled in. See if you can hold for about 6 more counts here. Keep relaxing and releasing on the exhale. Peel back towards the midline of the body. Arms are soft and behind you. Take a big breath in. Aeroplane arms, chest and chin to the floor, either stopping at 45 or coming all the way through. Hold. Close your eyes, take your focus in, soft brace into the heels and keep lengthening. Try and melt your torso into the mat. Belly button is firmly, firmly fused to your spine the whole time that you play. Inhale, peel back up along the midline of the body. Think of that modified saw. Take a big breath in to prepare. On the exhale, think rotating 180. Left fingertips over the left toe if you can. Left arm extended behind you, trying to drop your torso as close to that lead leg as you can. And play where you're able. You might not get the same range of motion on both sides. So just listen to your body, work within your range of motion, play with whatever your body is able to give today. Keep peeking over that back arm and keep lengthening through both sets of fingertips. Come back towards the midline of the body. Take a big breath in. Last forward fold, little aeroplane arms behind you. Think chest and chin to floor. Melt your torso and keep lengthening through the fingertips behind you as if you were trying to touch the wall behind you with the very tips of your fingers. Soften through the hands, peel up through the midline of the body and find your way back to your butterfly line. Soles of the feet together, those inner thighs might be complaining a little bit. Grab hold of your toes and give me that soft fluttering motion through the knees just to relax and release the groin area. Come to stillness. Think of that grapefruit peel through that we use. So use your thumbs as if you were pushing or pulling two grapefruit segments apart. Place your thumbs on the inside of the arch of your foot. Soften the elbows. Use the elbows to push down on your inner thighs and just think of bringing your chin over your toes. So try not to round out your spine. Think long line through the spine, almost sucking your gut in. So no muffin top touching the floor. Pull in that gut and bring your chin over the tips of your toes. Push down. So you've got an active torso. You're feeling the arms, the chest, the upper back and the shoulders, and you're really pulling that tummy in as best you can. As you softly release that tension, place your hands on the floor behind your hips, bring the knees together and sweep your legs underneath you, sitting back in Thunderbolt. If Thunderbolt is not happening, just give me a kneeling frame with your hips stacked over the knees. Extend the left arm out in front of your chest and hug the arm into your chest with a strong pull through that right palm. Keep lengthening through your left fingertips. We're going to bring it to a modified Gomukhasana from here. So relax your arms. Place your left hand palm down between the two shoulder blades. Nod your chin softly down. Reach overhead with your right fingertips and just gently pull the left elbow in towards the midline. Keep your neckline soft and relaxed. So try not to strain your neck by looking up. Just keep it soft and relaxed. Keep lengthening through your spine. And as you're playing with that stretch through the tricep, check that you're not giving me too much arch through the lower spine. Give me a small tilt of your pelvis towards the 12 o'clock position so that you can almost get a little stretch through your lower back and sacrum area. Relax and release. Let's repeat on the other side. Cross over the midline of the body with your right arm. Hug that arm in with your left palm actively in towards your chest and keep lengthening from your right shoulder blade. Drop down and lengthen through those fingertips. Belly button firmly pulled in. Watch that muffin top. All right. Let's place the right palm between the two shoulder blades. Chin line nice and soft. Reach overhead. Tuck that elbow in towards the midline of the body. Hold. Chin line nice and soft. Think of that soft tilt through the pelvis towards the 12 o'clock position. Belly button firmly pulled in with a little stretch into the lower back. Drop both arms softly at your side. Peel up onto the knees and float your hands into prayer. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this morning and coming out to play. Give me a thumbs up to like this video. Please shoot me your comments below in the comments box, and remember to hit that big red subscribe button. I will see you tomorrow, same time. Until then, keep it light.